This is Timmy.
Timmy!
No, not that Timmy, just a kid named Timmy, and his mind has been corrupted by the vile images of South Park. Poor Timmy's childhood has been destroyed, and we can't let this happen to anyone else. Once again, I am here to save the kids by removing all of the good parts from South Park so that we are just left with something that the feeble-minded imbeciles like Timmy can consume without having their little world shattered. We will start with the script because that is a good place to start. It's also kind of the only place to start. So far in this series, I have done 3 things. Defeated Cartman's hatred for the Jewish people, his hatred for African Americans, and his hatred for the poor. Now I need to make him not hate his friends. So that is what the script will be about. Speaking of Cartman, everyone said he looked a bit cursed last time. As much as I would love to tell them I don't care, they do kind of have a point. So I deconstructed his body and subdivided his face to make it look silky smooth. I also added the yellow band around the bottom of his hat that luckily no one seemed to notice was missing. This is what my new Cartman looks like. A big improvement. But I can't just have the boys in a void. They need to be somewhere. I narrowed the potential locations down to 2, and couldn't be bothered to choose, so I decided to make both. It's a good day for Timmy. The first set was the basketball court, which seems to be the replacement for the old schoolyard. To get an idea of what it should look like, I went into the South Park game, the Stick of Truth, and walked around. I lack skill in almost every aspect of life, and modelling things in Blender is no exception. Everything here is just simple shapes and nothing to get excited about. I do like these bushes though. It is just enough detail to make it look visually appealing without distracting the viewer. The other location was Cartman's bedroom, but I realised something. This is the layout in the game. The bed is opposite the door. In the show, however, it is just next to the door. Also, his bedside table refuses to stay in the same place throughout the show. So I decided to ignore all of that and make it up. This is what it looked like after 20 minutes, and then this is what it looked like with all of the furniture done. Look at all this detail, I put a lot of work into this. Oh yeah, there was also a third set which was Cartman's living room, but I only used it for one shot, so who cares. This story revolves around the Mega Man action figures that were heavily featured in the episode entitled Damien from 1997. Cartman was forcing everyone else to buy him the Mega Man figures, so I'm going to have him buy one for each of the boys. That means I have to model the Mega Man figures, but I can start with the boxes. This is a cube, but I want it to look cool. So, I took a picture of one of these Sticky Bones figures, got rid of the background, put a space background behind it, and then changed its colour. Now I could use that as a texture on the box. I'm going to just pretend that I know what any of these texture nodes mean. This is like a foreign language to me. Now, to model the Mega Man figures. First, I went online and searched CG Trader. Then, I searched Human Model. Then, I stole the first model I saw. Yeah, I'm not modelling a whole character just for kids South Park. Timmy might be special, but I'm not doing that for him. And with that, it is time to start animating. Apart from, it's not, because I need to get their voices. I used my custom AI voices as usual, but this time I also downloaded the sound of Kenny crying. You will see why I needed this later in the video. This is what all of their voices sound like.
Hey, subscribe to this channel or else you're very silly.
Yeah, I think I agree with them. You should do that. Animating the first scene went swimmingly. There was nothing I hadn't done before. It was made even easier by this neat trick I found where you can set your camera position to match your orbit. It makes getting different camera angles so much easier. But then I got to the part where they play with the Mega Man figures. As I am just so manly, I have no idea what it is like to play with dolls. I do understand that my profile picture makes me look like I might though. So I filmed some reference. Just don't ask where the yellow shoe went, I have no idea. I quite like how Stan is sitting in this shot. The proportions are definitely off, but South Park characters are already so messed up that just about anything will work. Adding rim lights to follow your characters is a great way to make them pop out from the background. It only took a few minutes to incorporate into this whole animation, and it makes a massive difference. I opened up Critter and animated this stupid crying face for Kenny. It looks exactly how I would imagine a child crying. Not that I imagine that often. I also had to animate their mouths. First, I sync up the different mouth shapes to the audio. Then, I do a bit of this, and it looks like that. And then I do a bit of masking, and I get the final result. Just do that for every shot, and it is done. Final touches like this overlay and some color correction, and it is ready to be shown to little Timmy.
Here, Kenny. Hey guys, look at my new Mega Man action figure. That is so cool. I want one. Well, I got one for each of you. Blue for Kyle, orange for Stan, and yellow for Kenny. That is so nice of you, my best friend Cartman. Hey, we can play with these at your house. It's okay, Kenny. You can have mine. You guys are the best.